ladies, gents, teddy bears, Ted Coningsby channel on this special day of remembrance. What an iconic aircraft to start the day. Just tuned in, Ted Coningsby channel live here at RAF Coningsby, and we've got PM 631, the Griffin 66 powered engine Spitfire, a photo reconnaissance. Here we go. keep an eye on that, lady Shanta teddy bears. As we transition from past and present, symbolic aircraft for today. Gorgeous, stunning scenes here at Coningsby. Beautiful. How are we doing, ladies and teddy bears? And hope you all had a good weekend of remembrance as well from yesterday. And Ted and I and Claire Bear were at Stanford in Lincolnshire for our Remembrance Sunday, and we were watching Claire Bear's daughter put the wreath of poppies with our combined cadet force of the Royal Anglican. Right, Teddy. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Hope we're all good. And there will be a 2-minute silence as well at 11 o'clock today on our show. So airborne, we have the photo reconnaissance Spitfire, which was built just after the Second World War in 1945, and it's got a beautiful Griffin 6.6 engine, Rolls-Royce beauty, that the photo reconnaissance style aircraft, the PR photo reconnaissance 19, were really all about photo reconnaissance, not really about armament at all. In fact, they could carry armament if they wanted to, but they're actually their offense defense was actually their top speed. In fact, the armament cannon ports were actually replaced by vertical cameras and other forms of oblique cameras in heated compartment of the cockpit as well. So it could be installed with 3 cameras in total, with a max speed of 445 miles per hour. It's very difficult to catch that and try to lock onto that. It was built by Vickers Armstrong in Reading, and it was made to be a high altitude photo reconnaissance aircraft, but didn't see any, it was a bit too late for operational service, and saw herself operating with 203 Advanced Flying School. That was in May 1949 to January 1950. Eventually she was delivered to the Short Brothers at Hutton Park, and then ended up being part of the meteorological research flight, then moved to Woodvale, and she remained there until about 1915, but it wasn't until the 14th of June 1957 that she joined the Battle of Britain memorial flight. And PM631 is the longest serving aircraft and is presented as PR-X1X of I'm just trying to find out what squadron we have. I'm wondering if it's still got the 541 squadron. We'll have a look at that. But a beautiful aircraft, absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to see where I know it's got a few flypasts to do, and on this special day of remembrance you can track PM631. She's just gone over Cranwell at the moment, so look out for her to come back. Hopefully we get a nice hangar break as well. This another tribute to D-Day. 80th anniversary is the Typhoon Display livery, Moggy as it's named. Usually nicknames can be the result of letters in its squadron and flight markings, as you can see here with the M, the roundel, and G, Mog, and then it turned into Moggy. But a little bit of background for you. This is in the markings of 257 Squadron to mark the 80th D-Day anniversary. And FM, Foxtrot Mike, was the squadron markings of 257 Squadron. Now this particular squadron were flying the very aircraft playing a similar role to what the Typhoon does today, the Hawker Typhoon. The camo has been specially applied to match that of the Hawker Typhoon, along with those black and white stripes that you can see there, which were known as invasion or D-Day stripes, but their purpose was really to distinguish between friend and foe, and it was markings that were carried out before D-Day itself. Actually, the Hawker Typhoon already had these put into place. In fact, that tradition dates back even older than D-Day. If you look at the aircraft of the Fleet Air Arm Museum heritage aircraft, such as the Swordfish, they already had that in place to identify between friend and foe, so they wouldn't shoot down their own aircraft. In fact, the traditional method to apply the stripes were actually using a broomstick to literally hastily done, dipping in the white paint and just applying it, and then dipping the broomstick into the black paint. And in most cases the paint wasn't even dried properly when the aircraft were needed to scramble and take operations. The third letter that you can see there, the G, that is the flight letter for that particular aircraft. They had A to Z, and each one, although it has a serial number, of course, this was an easy identifier. So you normally have a flight information with the various letters, so they could easily identify who was who. And then there'll be a lead flight. They'll have a particular name, not necessarily phonetical as well. They would just pick something like Gold Flight, perhaps. It could have been Gold, anything like that to go with. The other markings that you've got distinguished to that time period and the Hawker Typhoon is the yellow outer lining on the roundel and the yellow leading edges on the front of the wings on the Typhoon. Now these were put in place again to quickly identify friend from foe. As soon as a pilot sees yellow, that's good. There goes the runway caravan as well. The runway in use is and should be 27, the way the wind is. The only thing missing on the Typhoon's livery for 257 Squadron was actually the shark's mouth that we had on the intake, which I feel should have been on there. That would have been cool. That would have been amazing. I wish they did, but never mind. Now the yellow roundel, the yellow outer or marking of the roundel was applied usually to darker aircraft and not lighter ones to make it easier to spot. Unless you were a night, a particular night fighter, of course. In fact, the less colour, the better, I guess. Steady bears, hope we're all good. And if you were at any parade yesterday, any Remembrance Sunday parades, let us know. And big shout out to Ali Leyland, who placed a very special reef and was with her husband, 26 years of Prince of Wales's own regiment, Yorkshire, in the Finchley United ex-servicemen's United Club. Absolutely brilliant. Finchley United Servicemen's Club, right? Is that what? gotta remember that. But yeah, Ali Leyland laid a beautiful Ted reef. I don't know if you've seen the pictures on our YouTube community. Absolutely stunning. Hey oh! That's how we do it. That's how the Ted Coningsby channel go, man. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it was husband served 23 years in the army in the Prince of Wales' own regiment of Yorkshire. Absolutely brilliant. And it was the reef had a special centre with Ted in there, and the reef was being laid at the Finchley United Services Club in North Finchley, London. So big shout out and special thank you to Ali Leyland for doing that. Really lovely. So I just pulled up the details there. Dieter Gikeri, Simon Mottral, Mr. Chicken, Joshua Brown, Brighty, Mojave, BNSF, how you doing, man? Eric, Living the Dream, Andrew C, Margot Baxter, Davey, LEJ Approach, how we doing? Hope we're good. Lorenzo Lippi, Brighty, Extinct Airplane, Peter Tiaga, how we all doing? Captain A, Hope we're all good. Davey, Joshua Brown, how are we all doing? How we're feeling? Eric, wherever you're watching from in the world, hope you're all good and well. Just keep an eye on the PM 631. And another thing I want to mention is about the history of the base. How we doing, ladies and teddy bears? And one of the things I like doing here is the transition. The transition between past and present. And RAF Coningsby started operations, although constructed and built in 1940, November 1940, didn't start to have its first occupants with this. That's right, the Handley Page Hampden. This was the first aircraft to actually operate at RAF Coningsby. Now, the markings would have had a Zulu November. That was 106 Squadron in February 1941. This was one of the last remaining few of the twin-engine bombers. Now, the Hampden served well at Coningsby with 106 Squadron. How awesome is that? The flying suitcase, crew of 4. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful. However, it was nicknamed the flying suitcase because the fuselage was only 3 foot wide. How tight was that? And the pilot, the little tight squeeze for the pilot would be the fact that should the pilot get injured or worse, it was very difficult for someone just to take over the controls. So yeah, it was one of the last few of the twin engine bombers, such as the Wellington as well, and the Avro Manchester. Now, the Avro Manchester was here a month after 106 Squadron, so there was 2 residents finally at RAF Coningsby, with 97 Squadron with the Avro Manchester. Would have had Oscar Foxtrot on the markings with the Avro Manchester. I don't have one at the moment. I might get one, might have to get my hands on one if I can get one built, or if I can find one to show you. But 2 residents, of course, April 1941, 97 Squadron. But the first aircraft to operate at Coningsby was this, the Handley Page Hampden. How fantastic is that? And it did serve well with 106 Squadron. And then, of course, 83 years later, this was still going. Of course, the that's not quite accurate about the 83 years. It's just 83 years on from that date, because the Typhoon came here in 2005. And the first squadron was 17 Squadron to operate the Typhoon. Along came with them was 29 Squadron, who are here still today, acting as and operating as the operational conversion unit, training our latest future generation Typhoon pilots. So we're just keeping an eye on the PM 631. It's just gone over Scampton. And Armistice Day for many countries in the world. And of course, nice one, Big Al. Can everyone please go and tap the like, share and subscribe button? It helps this amazing community grow. And tell you a secret, it's free. Yes, free, so please go share and subscribe. Thanks a lot, Big Al. Righty, how you doing? Dave Patch, oi oi to you. Andrew C, how you doing? Mr. Chicken 3010 LEJ Approach, watching from Germany, how you all doing? Jake, who's here as well, oi oi, who's live and live at the same time. want to wish Leonardo DiCaprio a happy birthday today as well. He's a key figure on this channel. Somehow he's Leonardo has ended up on this channel. Amazing. I guess. I guess so. I guess so. We'll just have to wait and see until he appears with a helicopter. So just keep an eye out now on PM631. If I remember correctly, I think Scampton may have been the last fly past. Let me have a quick look for you. Let me just double check. I think Scampton was the last, so it should be. Let's way back. Let's have a look. No, it isn't actually. It's got a few others. It's got Ingham, Bardney, Bucknell, Mereham, Leffen, and Donington. Okay, no worries. So four more fly pasts to do. If this is accurate, which I'm sure it is. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hope we're all good. Just getting ready for some Foon action as well. So we do have a Spitfire up, PM631. They are using runway 25, and it is lovely to have blue skies. We haven't seen one for a very long time. But I think today is the better day of the week. Tomorrow, okay as well, but not as good as today.
Call sign calling Coningsby Tower, second.
Yeah, I did it, eh? They make the bottles thinner.
What's the message? Roger, stand by.
sound like it's yeah, it's just gone over Bardney. That seems accurate. With so we've got Bardney. So it looks like it's got Bucknell, Marham, Le Fen and Donington next to go. Karen Glenn, how you doing? Hope you're good. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the show to make you feel good, give you a boost. You know how it is. Just tune in and feel good and enjoy the show and everything else that comes with it. You know how it is. Lee Horton, how you doing? Morning to you. Dave Holloway, how you doing? Good to see you the other day, mate. Good to see you at Fairford. Richard Brown, oi oi. Peter Diaga, how's it going? Angela Farley, hope you're good. Hope everyone is well. A few Typhoons on the main ASP, that's aircraft servicing platform. Let's have a look. 1, 2... Just 2. Where did the rest of them go? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a very busy day today at Coningsby. It's going to be pretty reasonably quiet today. But nevertheless, you turn up, hope for the best, see what you can get. Those that are fans of the English Electric Lightning, so that we can spot it. Yeah, maybe. Hold on, have I just lost the Lightning? Have I just gone? Hang on. Why can't I see the Lightning? Oh, there it is. Sorry, there it is. That would be cool. Fast taxi, why not? Bucknell, let me just check, what was it? 2 more, wasn't it? Dunbucknell, so Merham, Le Fen and Donington next to go for PM 631 for those tracking the Spitfire. Karen Glenn, the Cure, oh bless you, thank you very much for that. But of course this is just one side of the base. We have a total of 5 Typhoon squadrons here at RAF Coningsby, one of them being 29 Squadron that we've talked about today already. The 29 Squadron is the operational conversion unit. They're an OCU, so for those that don't know, once a pilot has completed successfully their fast jet training at RAF Valley, so the last aircraft they would have flown would be the Hawk T2 if their career is tuned to the Typhoon, and they will come here and train and fly with 29 Squadron, who are made up of qualified flying instructors who will then train the junior Typhoon pilots. Next up we have 41 Squadron, which is a test and evaluation squadron. A squadron that also likes to sport the Roman numerals. Again, this is just more tradition rather than any significance itself. Also, we have 12 Squadron as well. They're a joint Qatari Emiri Squadron. Now, they stood up again in 2018 and started operating at Coningsby in 2020. Next up, we have 2 frontline combat-ready squadrons. That's 3 Fighter Squadron and 11 Fighter Squadron. Again, 11 Fighter Squadron, they too like to sport the Roman numerals as well. A little bit about the squadrons then. 41 Squadron, the test and evaluation squadron. They're given the latest and greatest equipment to test, evaluate, come back and say, yep, it was good. Pretty much. Also, 29 Squadron, they used to be a fighter squadron as well. And along with their likes of, they have had many aces. They've flown aircraft such as the English Electric Lightning, the Javelin, the Meteor, Mosquito, and of course they had Wing Commander Guy Gibson in their recruitment as well. 12 Squadron, who are now a joint Qatari Emiri and Royal Air Force Squadron, who now operate at Coningsby. We also have number 3 Fighter Squadron, the first to fly heavier than their aircraft, were given the that honour and title, and hence their motto, "Bird shall be the first." And 11 Fighter Squadron, the world's oldest dedicated fighter squadron, retaining the fighter role since 1915. Just a quick few brief things about the squadrons there now.
Rover 2.
Spitfire's too far away now. You can certainly hear it. So after it's over Merrim Le Fen, and then it will go to Donington.
You are readability 2. Say again, over.
Oh, you can hear that. Wow. Listen to this.
Transit from the ORP to crash gate 2, crossing runway 25, report vacated, then transit. Taxiway Alpha, report vacated at crash gate.
600 feet to 1200 feet.
Oh, there we go. There it is. Is that it there? So that will be off to Donington and then return back to Coningsby. And traditionally we do get a hangar break, which is always nice to see. Just got to keep a lookout for that. Got pilots doing their checks as well here. So we've got the 2 Typhoons on the main ASP today. So it's going to be quite a quiet day here at Coningsby. But all could change. Don't forget to hit that like button, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Let's get this rolling. Let's get this going. Ted Coningsby channel, rely on your support, so hit the like button. We've always said it's not like a Facebook or Instagram post. It does have a good impact, a positive one on our channel. YouTube can recommend our stream. It is possible. Once we get a buzzing chat room and a flowing amount of likes, then YouTube could potentially recommend our stream, and once we get recommended, that's more exposure, and more exposure could lead to more viewers, and hopefully we can convert them to subscribers, making this channel even bigger and better. Of course, always trying new things to push the boundaries on our quality as well, and trying to get you as much coverage around the country as possible. So it's just approaching Donington now. This, I believe, it's its last fly past, and then we'll be heading for here. Hayley McKenna's in the car park as well, celebrating a birthday. Oi oi, Bex, Andrew C, how you doing? Alan Gates, Sue Holloway, Bex, Wibbs, Alan Gates, Karen Glenn. Hope we're all good. Davey, how you doing? So we're gonna potentially have 2 Typhoons to start the Typhoon action very shortly. Potentially Warlord. So this is 29 Squadron Typhoons going together. Fritz, righty, Simon Watchorn. Of course, Ted Coningsby channel doing things correctly. We have notified the base of what we do. Communication. And I hope they're all good, and hope they all had a good weekend as well. And thanks RAF Coningsby, because RAF Coningsby is a 24/7 QRA station. That's right, 24/7, 365, regardless of what day it is. It is a quick reaction alert station. This is QRA station 2 south, because there's one QRA station number 1 north, and that's at Lossiemouth. Coningsby and Lossiemouth are both QRA stations. Those 2 stations where they'll scramble to intercept aircraft, whether civilian domestic or military, and of course also cruise ships and fleets and ships and carriers, etc. They will do that as well, regardless of what day it is. There is another QRA station, but that's all the way out at the Falklands Islands with 1435 flight. Hope, charity, desperation, and faith. I nearly forgot. Okay, so Spitfire just heading back.
We've also got a CSG 2 on 913, we'll go for that.
Yep, 631, just
Cheers, mate.
right, let me just see if I can spot 631. I think it's just behind me somewhere. I would say that would be doing a hanger break, no doubt. Looking forward to that. Just admire and enjoy the sounds if we do get a hanger break. Don't forget to hit the like button, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Let's ride. Here we go. Absolutely beautiful. It's a bit breezy up here. Hang on. Let me just, sorry about that. Let me just take a little bit of action here. this. Beautiful, hang on. Where's it going? Where's it going? PR19, photo reconnaissance, Griffin 6.6 Rolls-Royce engine, 445 miles per hour, that's impressive. Well, that was just magic. Absolutely. Yes. Oh, what, sorry? Oh, right, yeah, cool, cool. Up there?
See it?
Yes, I do now. Thanks, man. Cool, cool. Titan. Here we go, from Bryce Norton. Thank you. Oh, sorry about this. I did see it. Against the plain blue sky, it's not the easiest. There we go. Red arrows as well. Up.
Yeah, they're up.
Yeah, I can hear them. And, it's a good day for flying. So a very, yeah, absolutely, Richard Brown, thanks man. Yeah, very poignant to see the Spitfire on a day like today. Day of remembrance, ladies, gents, silly bears, and I hope you all are well, wherever you're watching from in the world. Where we all come together and just I left it on like super zoom, shouldn't have done that. So I've got the red, hang on, let me see if I can see any reds formation, just give me a second. Alright, oh my gosh, it's really cold and that shit weird. Be alright, cup of tea, nothing like cup of tea can't fix. Oh yes, good to see the reds from here, let's have a look. We'll see them on Wednesday, I think I'll put to see them.
Line a message. Line message.
Cool. So yeah, we got that to look forward to. I'm not sure what sort of weather we're looking at on Wednesday. It's not too bad, unless I swap tomorrow, but we'll see. Tomorrow's not that bad actually, and I'll decide tonight what's going to happen with tomorrow. Leave it with me. I'm sure I'll come up with something. I always trust gut feeling. Yeah. Yeah, got them. Oh yes, smoke. Oi oi. So Wallington, quite far away really, if you think about it. Not too far though, but it's amazing that you can see them. And meanwhile, back at TED HQ, we've got the Typhoons started up. Good visibility, totally blue sky. Haven't seen one of them for a long time. How we doing, ladies and steady bears? Hope we're all good. So, two Typhoons of 29 Squadron started up. You can hear the beautiful Rolls-Royce EJ200 engines producing 20,000 pounds of thrust each in an aircraft that weighs very little. There's only about 15% of metal signature in the Typhoon, about 82-85% carbon composite, which is a posh way of saying plastic, but when you put two powerful engines in that, then you've got some super performance. A thrust to weight ratio, even on full fuel and a substantial payload, the Typhoon thrust to weight ratio very similar to the English Electric Lightning. It's phenomenal, shall we say, and very easy to put into supersonic speeds, very easy. Thanks everyone for the support. EP65, hope you're good. Ms. Wolves 13, hope you're good. LEJ Approach, Claire Bear, Margot, Davey, Malky Stoddart, how you doing? Andrew C, Captain A, Fritz. All good. So just the two Typhoons to start off with. Welcome to RAF Coningsby, ladies and steady bears. Hope we're all good. And starting the week with a Spitfire. I mean, what a great aircraft to start the week. The Red Arrow is really giving it some behind me. Beautiful. I mean, it is a good day today, weather-wise, but it was worth coming here to see the Spitfire. Just coming up to 10 o'clock here in the UK. And we've got 2 Typhoons of 29 Squadron about to depart. Usually, traditionally, it is a quiet day on the 11th at Coningsby from previous streams that I've seen, but certainly worth seeing as much BBMF aircraft as possible as we come to pretty much the end of the season for display aircraft. Unless you're the Red Arrows, of course, where they train all year round. Here we go, negative roads, have a good trip, here we go. Synchro Tones, how you doing? Hope you're good, man. Leanne Lenz, Righty, Kieran Harvey. Hope we're good. Here we go, food time. Oh, nice light on Moggy there, look at this. It's nice to see the D-Day 80th D-Day livery today on a day like this. Beautiful. 111.
Departure, Philly, flying flight level 150. Call 1731. Increase after departure.
Yes, yeah.
6071. Official 2571.
Go, ladies, gents, steady bears, hope we're all good. And if you just joined us, we have already had the Spitfire Mark PR 19 PM631, and we've got 2 Typhoons. That's part of 29 Squadron with call sign Warlord. A very rare blue sky day today. We'll take that. Well, what a season we've had with Moggy and of course Turbo, bringing lots of joy around the country and the world as well, especially Canada as well. Here we go. And of course in Sweden as well, with a last minute decision to get a last minute decision air show due to really bad weather in one of the venues in Europe. Here we go, Moggy to depart.
Overflight heading 0903, still holding 9 miles from 0903.
isn't it? Oh, you know it is. I mean, what beautiful difference it makes, right? To have a blue sky as a backdrop. Amazing. Well, we don't have any typhoons to show you, but we do have an English electric lightning. Just. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel, and we're live here for a very special day, a November the 11th special day, and we do have a 2 minute silence as well here at 11 o'clock, and you may hear a siren or a particular horn in the background at Coningsby as well, to alert the personnel and airmen here at Coningsby as well, where there will be a 2 minute silence on the base as well. So how are we doing, how we're feeling? Hope we're all good, and hope you had a good weekend as well, where many of us were taking part in parades as well, if you were, and laying reefs as well. I hope that went well, and wherever you were, and a good time to remember. Good time to remember, Lady Sheds Teddy Bears. You know, I know it's important that we remember each day, but on an important day as well, it's one of those where we all get together. That is what it's all about. It's getting together, and just remembering it's not only about the Second World War. We've also got the hostilities during 1918 of the First World War towards the end as well, and it also includes all the emergency services as well, all those that took part, and anyone else, and including the families as well, which is what it's all about, is to remember. And of course, things are a reminder of how things can be within the world. That is the main thing. It's not only about remembering the brave as well, it's about learning from the mistakes as well that happened. Many of us may not have lived during that time, but it doesn't mean that we must put it to one side and forget. We need to remember what the state of that planet was all those years ago, and how things just was a complete mess, if you think about it, and it involved a lot of loss of life. It's tragic, it is, and there's so many pungent words that I've heard as well. Like ideals are actually, it's from a film of all things, but it was ideals are peaceful, but history is violent, and it is. It really is, and we have a lot of fans around the world as well, and it always leads to one thing: loss. In the end, ultimately, war, there is no winner. It's just loss, because the thing is, it goes on and on and on. This is the problem, and sadly, this is the way it goes, and it is a time for us to remember that, remember the hostilities that took place, and it should really be a lesson as well. We have fans in Germany as well, and and I remember being at Marham at the Heritage Centre, and someone, one of the veterans, I think it was, he was a warrant officer, and we got to remember the problems that the world had at that time. And he said to me, because there was a lot of it's brilliant. If you ever get a chance, go to the Marham Heritage Aviation Heritage Centre. It is phenomenal. The guys there are always happy to assist and bring the place to life. And he was showing me all. He had a big cabinet of remains of Ju-88 aircraft and hand grenade, and he was telling me about the Blitz and the all the bombs that landed in houses and exploded and people lost. But he said one thing that stood and stuck with me since that visit. He said, don't think bad of them, Second World War Germany, because he said that we did the same to them. And it just hit home, because I was thinking, you know, okay, so we have two sides here, right? Okay, we've got the Allies and etc. at that time. But the point is, these men were just doing their job as well. And it's quite hard to come to grips with that. And there is a story as well that I'm going to share with you next month. And it's quite hard to contemplate, because as I mentioned, as I will tell you about the story about someone on QRA on a scramble in the Luftwaffe, awaiting, because as ready as we were ready to scramble here in Britain, they were ready to scramble as well. It was still their duty. It's quite hard to contemplate that, it really is, without getting too messy with it, but it just goes to show, and a responsibility is, I would imagine, to make sure, whether you know, as Germany today, to try not to let it get like that, and for us today to not let things like this happen. Like I said, ultimately, what do we gain out of it? Loss. There was so much loss. Just in Bomber Command, 55,573 men, just in Bomber Command, lost, you know. And it's so hard to try to get that number into perspective of how many. I mean, this is just Bomber Command, and it's a time for us to remember yesterday. It's a time to remember that we shouldn't let it get like that. We shouldn't, and that's why it's important to remember. You know, it's hostilities that shouldn't really get that bad at all. But and at what cost? Men, women, children. It's that type of strong sense of trying to get a unity together and try not to let it get that way. It's amazing how it goes from, when you read a book about how things happen and it progresses, you know, it is a scary thought, but, you know, could there be, you know, one day in the future? But this is the point. Every year we need to make sure that we are all coming together and just never let that happen again, because, you know, what a mess, what an absolute mess. But there we go. And I've always said, you know, loss, that's all that's all you're gonna get. And at what cost? Just to get the freedom, which we should already have anyway. It's fascinating. I like to read books and get you the information out there of stories, real stories of men and women, even down to Ted's beret coming off, down to Margaret Horton, which she lost her beret and she got it back on an unexpected flight. It's you know, and then that's just the Royal Air Force aspect, because we are an Air Force channel, but of course, what about the ground? What about the Royal Marines? What about the Army? What about the US Army? What about, it just goes on and on. How many were lost in you know, in you can go on Canadian, New Zealand, Australian. It's a loss. But ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's really important as a channel. This is why I thrive and I'm passionate about the history, because it's important. Because how can you go on without knowing what happened? You need to remember. And let's give credit to the very people that do the same today. So let's take RAF Coningsby, as ready as it was to scramble during World War II, it's as ready as today. And ladies, gents and teddy bears, we have to give it to them, because they are ready to go. They are history today. They are today's history. They are, you know, when I talk about RAF Coningsby, let's say in 5 years time, hopefully I'm still doing this, you know what, so let's say in 2029 there was something I mentioned about 2024 in 2009. It'll be like the history here. So the pilot that flew PM631 has just made history by flying today and doing that, the various flight paths. It's a very special thing, it really is. And then Moggy making history. Could this be the last time? We don't know. There's all these things that go on. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all good, and I hope you join us for our 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock. And from last year and the year before, it is reasonably, it's usually quiet at Coningsby on 11th of November. On regular flying days, and yeah, so this could be it, or there might be something from the other side of the station, so we just don't know just yet. But yeah, I hope we're all good, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nikos. I'm your cameraman and commentator, and bear with me for tomorrow. I will come up with something. I've got an idea, and I just needed to just do a bit of research on that. But here's our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. Hopefully it's not too dark. There we go. It's a little bit brighter, isn't it, Ted? Ted's all bundled and wrapped up there now. Hope we're all good, and hope we're well. How are we doing, ladies and teddy bears? Hope we're all good, and hope we're well, and hope you all enjoyed your weekend. It was a nice weekend as well, and we were in Stamford yesterday, and it was a lovely parade, which is always nice to, you know, just to pay respects and enjoy and remember all together. Like I said, it's a community thing. It really is. It's a community. That's what we gotta. That's it, really, isn't it, Ted? Yeah, community. That's how we do it. That's how, and of course the Ted Coningsby community as well. So my name's Nikos. I'm your cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. This is Ted's home, and it was lovely to see the Spitfire, wasn't it, Ted? Yeah, absolutely. And right, let's see. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look around the base as well. Let's see what we got, Teddy. Let's have a look. There's no more foons out, so that's not a good sign. But we do have 2 foons that are out that are, I assume, are coming back. Usually we have a bit of foonage. That's the AWCU.
We've got down for a investigation on the training course.
And yeah, and, that's the thing. Just trying to see if we've got anything else. Yeah, I hope we're all good, ladies and teddy bears. And like I said, we've got our 2-minute silence at 11 o'clock, and you know, hope you enjoyed my post that I put. And it really is about those that gave up there today for our tomorrow. It's such a strong sentence, isn't it? It's such a strong, pungent line to quote, and it really is exactly that. And you know, I hope we're all good. I hope we're all feeling well, though, ladies and teddy bears. Hope we're all good. Right, Red Arrows have been doing their thing. Let's have a look in now. Do you know what? That is a good idea. I'm about to go and have some tea. Absolutely. Come on, we've got to be in good spirits. It's a good cheer. A good British cheer with a good cup of tea, right? I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. And I know one of the main questions I get asked, what tea is it, Nikos? Well, it's actually a mixture. It's actually Ted Coningsby brew, because it has all the latest and greatest brands in there. I think it's got a bit of Yorkshire tea, it's got a bit of Tetley, a bit of PG. Does it have anything else in there? A bit of Twinings? Is it Twinings? Twinings, it sounds more posh. And basically, I just buy what's on offer, right? I know, I literally, right, okay, tell you what, let's just fling this back, right? For those that keep asking me, right, which is fine, it is a good question, it's a very personal question about cup of tea, because I know we all get a bit defensive. Calm down. No, what it is, I'll just buy anything on offer, right? And, you know, PG tips on offer, Tetley, Yorkshire tea, and it goes in this lovely jar, by the way, it's lovely ceramic stoneware jar, and they just go in this big jar, and it creates its own little Ted Coningsby brew. Now when I get my flask, I put in 3 tea bags, and it could be a mix of 3, it could be 2 and 1, it could be 1 of each. It's a lottery in there. It is the national lottery of tea, and and it tastes really good, and obviously it all infuses, and I think it could be like, you know, a bit of punishment in some counties to do that, but hey, hey, whatever. I enjoy it. I do like tea, but there we go. Try it one day, see what you think. But I know a lot of, you know, I know there's people that really get well into their tea, and I do, but I do like my own little special brew. Oh dear. Yeah, I've got that. I'm sure one of the tea bags in there is Yorkshire. It's like a mix. It tastes alright. Bond T. Was it Brook Bonds?
Yeah.
That was that D? Brook Bond D?
Yeah.
Goodness.
There's all sorts of things.
I don't think that's going now, is it? Brook Bonds, I think that's gone.
And the red box, was it?
Oh, yes.
With the big
Yeah, the red D, yeah, that's it. God, man, that's a classic. That was nice, that Spitfire. Beautiful, that was good. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be there.
About 6 out there, they're all lined up and then we dragged them away.
Yeah. I know some of them went to go and get washed. Because I heard something about going to the... they had like the red covers on in the engines, which usually they're... Yeah, there is that up there. Tedley, I like that. That's good. Tedley tea, yeah. That's a good one. Ladies, chances, teddy bears, hope we're all good. Welcome to the Ted Coningsby channel. And we just got Moggy and one other Typhoon making up the Warlord flight, I think it is. I haven't checked, but I'm sure it's Warlord. But just that's all we've got today at the moment. Ted's PTO tips. Oh, absolutely. Get the afterburner going on the kettle. James Bond, Brook Bond. Oh, thanks a lot again, Ali Leyland. Thanks for that. Stephen Billings, how you doing, wee Stevie boy? Barb Matt UK, Tedley T should definitely be on the merch site. Typhoon T could be too. Yeah, Typhoon. Yeah. Oh yeah, Typhoon as well. Yeah, good. Just put an N on it. Dirk S, Stephen Norris, hope you're good. Edward Coates. And again, thank you for the support today, as usual. And so yeah, we've got what have we got? Waddington on Wednesday, and we've got Thursday Mildenhall and Friday Lakenheath. And tomorrow I will just look out for a scheduled stream if I haven't done so, or I'll notify everyone later on today. Got Waddington on Wednesday, so I think it's good weather as well on Wednesday. It's looking good. Edward Coates, absolutely. For those, for our friends in other countries, Armistice Day and Veterans Day as well. You know, in the end, stay close, stay united. That's the key, you know. That's the key. Stay close, stay united, and remember them. That's pretty much it, really. You know, that's all there is to say. You know, it is important to stay close. It is very, very important. It really is. And of course, you know, much respect to also the emergency crash teams and crews, all the ground crews that played a major part during the times of hostilities as well. David Clark, my name's Bond, Brooke Bond. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one. I think it was Righty that said that. It was good. Very good. Nat Sav, how you doing? I'll talk about the history once the two Typhoons land and we've got the 2-minute silence. I will just give you some of the history of RAF Coningsby as well. Dr. Soda, how you doing? It is absolutely superb weather today. Yep, absolutely. Thanks everyone for tuning in. How are we doing, ladies and teddy bears? So, those that want to know a little bit more about the Typhoon, here we go. There it is. This is the Typhoon. Got the markings of 17 Squadron. And reason for it having 17 Squadron because they were the first to operate the Typhoon. And although they had Typhoons registered from 2003 at Warton Aerodrome, together with 29 reserve at the time and 17. The markings there of 17 Squadron. That's because on the May the 19th, 2005, they arrived with this, the Typhoon from Warton Aerodrome, and activated operationally with the Eurofighter Typhoon. Look at this. Now, like I said, 85% carbon composite, keeping a low metal profile, which is good because what do radars like? Well, they like heat and they like metal. And the thing is, the Typhoon is predominantly a carbon composite, a posh way of saying plastic. So that is the low profile metal to keep it a low profile from being detected. The other thing is heat. Now, the Typhoon, as we said, it's got S-duct intakes. What does that mean? What is that good for? Well, the engines sit about here. So if the intake's here, means that you won't be able to see the very first stage of the compression blades, the really front part of the engines. Now, radars love that. They want to see heat. They want to see also, the other thing to mention, radars like to pick up fans, the compression blades as well. Another thing to notice, the Typhoon can also pick up wind farms out, the wind turbines out in the sea, which can be, according to pilots, quite annoying, because obviously it thinks it's a very large aircraft, but never mind, I'll talk about that. But anyway, so you've got the S-duct system. Reason why it's called an S-duct, because it is literally shaped like a letter S, because the engines sit up here. And the good thing about that, well, the radar can't really detect the heat because it can't see them. It can't see the fans because they're up here, they're hidden. So this, there are other aircraft that have the S-duct intake system, and it's quite simple, really, if you think about it. You can't see the intakes, you can't see the very first part of the compression blades. So again, this is another Typhoon stealth attribute. It's not a stealth aircraft, of course. It sits at, what, a 4.5 generation jet due to the fly-by-wire. The other thing as well with the Typhoon, it's got it's the actual the way the compression blades work. There's got about 8 compression blades in there, and it's a low bypass combustion system with afterburning turbofan engine. So what that means basically, right, without going into too much detail of avionics, once the air gets passed in there, the reason what makes thrust, well, you need air, you need the fuel, and you need something to spark it, right? That's the 3 basics, even with a car, to make things move. Once you get thrust, what happens? Well, you get a reaction. This moves forward. That's basically, in very, very simple layman's terms, how a car, a vehicle, an aircraft works, basically, as far as thrust is concerned. You need air, you need fuel, you need something to light it. Now, what happens to get that real big, strong power? The Typhoon has about 8 compression blades in there to compress the air. It's got 3 compression blades about here, and then 5, I think it is. I might be back to front on that, but nevertheless, it's a total of 8. The reason why you do that is, you see, on high bypass, let's say on big, giant commercial airline engines, again, that's not really my field, but just saying, the air goes straight in. It's basically like a big propeller, basically, and then that gets combusted and away it goes. But the Typhoon, it goes around, not straight through, and then it goes into these chambers where the air is compressed, and the next one gets compressed. It's been compressed through 8 times until that, you know, imagine all that compressed air through those compression blades. By the time it gets to about here, you light it up with the fuel, bang, and then you've got the thrust, and then you can also switch on and get extra thrust with the burners. The problem with burners is that they do use more fuel. That's the thing, rather. But the Typhoon, luckily, his thrust to weight ratio doesn't need to use it. So that's pretty much the basic side of it. Each engine produces 20,000 pounds of thrust each. It is a fly-by-wire. I think it's got 4 main computers. Now, it's got a delta wing 4-plane. These are the 4 planes. They work simultaneously. They don't work individually like canads. And the reason for that is because it's aerodynamically unstable. So it has the canard, has the 4-plane delta wing configuration. Here, the radome, the ECR, Marconi, avionics. Here, this is a clever bit. The Typhoon has got exceptional BVR, that's beyond visual range. BVR, if you ever hear that, that's how good it is in attack mode. It can actually lock onto fighter aircraft 160 kilometers away. That's impressive. And also larger aircraft at 300 kilometers away. And that's all thanks to the ECR avionics inside in here, inside the radome. It can lock onto about 20 to 30 targets and prioritize on 6 of those. There we go. That's just a bit of basics about the Typhoon there, for those that are interested. Oh, morning, hey, you alright?
Great to see you.
Yeah, you too, you okay?
Yeah, great. Just saw you online.
Oh, of course. I don't know. We've had Spitfire and the 2 go up. it's not usually a fly past at 11 from going by previous years that I've been doing it. Although generally it is a very quiet day on this day. Looked at other previous ones, but it was nice just to come and catch the Spitfire, which was lovely, which has done fly past and has come back now. So it's just the two out at the minute. I'm just going to have a look where they are. Probably refueling, I'd say. Probably refueling, so I'm not sure when they're coming back.
Okay.
Alright.
We're head tags.
Yeah, it'd be a good day to do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, museum's good. Yeah, definitely. See if you can get a hanger to it.
Great news.
Oh, thank you.
Narrative, so
Thanks very much. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Leonardo DiCaprio, how you doing? Hope you're good, man. There he is. Jojo, how you doing? Like Smash, Mike 22 Delta, how you doing? Clive Bruce, oi oi. Who else we got? Joanna Lumley as well. Oi oi. Dirk S, Mike G, EP65, Snowmaster. Hope you're all good. Traditionally it is usually a quiet day today, but I couldn't resist the Spitfire today. Couldn't go without seeing that. It is a beautiful aircraft. And try and get as much of it before the end of the year, because I think it could be potentially the last time we'll see it this year. So the car park that we're in, although the official viewing area, it is in the vicinity of the original parts of it. Was actually part of the airfield back in its original history. So I don't know when this road was put into place, but you can see some of the hard stands just behind us as well. So if you are going, I mean, it's lots of parking in the viewing area if you want to come to RAF Coningsby to spot safely. It's a lovely, lovely viewing area. It's chain link fence in front, so you know you'll be able to see through that and wave to pilots, etc. Really nice, and there are bins provided. There is a burger van, and during this time of year, I don't know if it's Steve's last week or so, but he just go on a little break for a couple of months. There are bins provided as well. And of course, don't forget there is the town, lots of local cafes, bakeries, and fish and chip shops. There's also co-op as well, community, and lots of other good things in the town. You can stay here. Pubs are offering accommodation. There's Tattershall behind us. There's the Lee Gate, other local B&Bs as well, and lots of Tattershall as well. Tattershall Thorpe as well. Going to go to check out the Bluebell. The what's the other one? The Angel? Is it the Angel? Abbey. The Abbey. That's it. The Abbey. That's another good place to go to. Lots of lovely places around here. And that's just some of it. You've also got Woodhall Spa, and of course keeping it really local as well, something for those that love history. You've got the BBMF, you can go to the museum, get yourself a hangar tour. There's the gift shop there. Then you can maybe go on to RAF Metheringham as well, go and see the Aviation Airfield Heritage Centre. Beautiful there, go and check that out. And of course you've got East Kirkby as well, the Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre. Again, go and see Just Jane and the wonderful, important, historic aircraft, and they are on their way to restoring NX611. You know, hopefully we'll have our third Lancaster airworthy. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I remember it like this last year and the year before on the 11th.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure if that's keeping the trend for that, but it was worth coming to see the Spitfire. That was cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, lovely. Bit of a wing wave here.
I miss that sound.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a quiet one today.
It definitely will be.
Because there's nothing out there.
I know, we were just on about them hangars over there. They were all open last week.
Yeah.
They've been changing around, haven't they? The 12 squad coming off here.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Oh, yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah. But by looking at it, I thought they were already gone. When I got here this morning, it was like this. I thought they'd actually gone already, and I was like, no. Oh, dear. Never mind.
Hey, you had some good footage of B-52s, didn't you? No, B-52.
Yeah, that was good. Really good.
What's them fast following?
It's because they're so big, they need to be guided where to go. You've got the U2 or the B-52 or both. The U2, because of the landing gear, is like so narrow. You have to fit them with like special little pogs on the
on the wing end.
and they have to they communicate on a walkie-talkie, I think, or communicate with the pilot to let them know that they've touched down properly and they're not like wobbling. It's really cool. It's good videos in the cars, the chase cars, because it's so narrow. They have to let the pilot know, communicate by radio to let them know that they've landed all right. It's really, really cool. Really good. And what we got? 10:48. So we've got 12 minutes to go before our 2-minute silence, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Okay. birthday. Someone's got a birthday. Happy birthday there now. Okay, so we've got TGR Motorsport. Thank you very much. Guards March, thank you for joining the Ted Coningsby Squadron. And Explorer 81, welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron as well. Guards March. Dean Kent as well, welcome to the Ted Coningsby Squadron. Guards March. And Margot Baxter for keeping the good memories alive, remembering those who sacrificed their lives for others, and for those who still sacrifice their lives for others today, lest we forget. Guards March. Look at this, Steve Evans, 25 months. Guards March, man, 25 months, the best TCS family, and thank you so much, Steve Evans, for being a posh officer. 25 months service, thank you. Marnie, member for 16 months. 16 months of great interest and fun. So glad I found the TCS to get me back into aviation. Guards March, thank you so much. MC Mark, look at my new badge, what a year has been. MC Mark, congratulations, 12 months membership. Guards March, thank you so much. Congratulations, man. And Jake, who's here with the carrots. That's brilliant. Look, oh, brilliant. Who's gifted a Ted Coningsby membership, who's here in the car park just next to us. Oi, oi. Guards March, live and live. Thank you very much, Jake. And also John Parrott, member for 1 month. Morning. Oh, oi, oi. Oi, oi to you, Guards March. MC Mark, oh, thank you for the super chat. Thanks, Ted, Nikos, best fan of flight, everyone here for a year of pure joy. Guards March, thank you very much. Joshua Brown, member for 2 months, thank you very much. Guards March, thank you. Nikos and Ted and TCS, thank you so much. Stephen Billings, Air Godzilla, member for 13 months. Nice to see a Spitfire, thank you very much. Guards March. And also joining us on the 25-month anniversary is Steve Sedman. Oi, oi, being here never gets dull. Thank you so much, Steve. Member of the Ted Coningsby channel for 25 months. And Mr. Chucken, 3010, member for 18 months. Everything is wonderful. Being here is heavenly. Bless you. Thank you very much. Guards March for Mr. Chucken. Keith Gregory, 14 months membership. Nikos, can you push my Randall to Rosemary? Good luck, who read at Armistice Day ceremony at college. Oh, bless. Guards March, and good luck to Rosemary, who's going to be reading at Armistice Day ceremony at college. Nice. What an honour. Well done. Thank you very much. David Harrison, have a cuppa on me. Will do. Guards March. And Malky Stoddart, member for 23 months. Oi, oi, and chops away. Love and best to all of the TCS for being an awesome channel and a most spiffing community. What? Guards March, thank you very much. Tony Parkinson as well. Guards March for you, member for 4 months, who's put lovely poppies on the message. Mark H, member for 7 months. Thanks, Nikos, for the paper. Thank you very much, Guards March. And Hazel Ra, who's put for our Royal Air Force past, present and future, lest we forget. Guards March, and thank you for the super chat. Hank Vicule gifted a Ted Coningsby membership. Guards March, and also thanks for your info you've been sending me regarding the F111s as well. Thank you. And the P38, lovely. And Hank Vicule, another Guards March. Thank you for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership. Guards March. Also, Guards March for 3 months membership to Rincewin's Hat. That's right. Colin Spring, member for 4 months. Wishing everyone all the best on this very special day. Guards March, thank you very much. Paul Henry as well, 20 months membership. Great channel as always, great content. Love the channel. Guards March, thank you very much. Guards March to Stephen Billings, Air Godzilla. Already sent my 13-month membership, chat, so have this for some Tedley tea. Thank you, I will. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope we're all good, and that's very kind. We Stevie Boy as well, thank you for the super chat. Guards March, thank you so much. Hank for Huel Phantom Fanatic as well. Guards March, thank you for the super chat. And Bex as well, thank you very much for the super chat as well. Oh, thank you. Love the little bear. Oh.
Casey out of Mildenhall, just about across in front of us, 20,000.
Oh wow, cool. Let's have a look. Bex, thank you very much. It's an honour to be part of this community, especially on occasions such as Remembrance Day. Oh, absolutely. Oh, EP65, don't worry, we'll keep going. We will keep it up, absolutely. Judy Beard, oi oi to 90-year... Hang on, say oi to my 90-year-old mum who is staying with me after a tumble last week. Oh, bless. Hope she's well, Julie. Julie Beard. And oi oi to your mum who's 90. Oh, Gail Dexter, thank you very much. You came across our channel watching Bournemouth show. Oh, thank you. Snowmaster 738. Yeah, it was lovely to see the Spitfire. It was here this morning. It was beautiful. Someone watch on, yeah, the scarf made by Mrs. Davey. Thank you very much. Can we get 1,000 likes? I think we can. Ted a bomber jacket. Wouldn't that be smart? Oh, scared the life out of me, that did. If you'd like to join us for our 2-minute silence coming up very shortly. You may hear a siren from the base itself. If I remember, there was a little warning siren as well. very much, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Thank you very much, ladies, gents, teddy bears. It's been absolutely fantastic to be with you all here today, to remember especially a loss that we've had very recently of squadron leader Mark Long, who will always be missed but never forgotten, ladies, gents, and teddy bears, who sadly lost his life in doing what he enjoyed, and he would have wanted. He was a fan of of our channel as well, and it's a day to remember as well. Good, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Hope we're all well. Okay. And very empty Coningsby. Not for good reasons, as in from a plate spotting point of view. Actually, I need to rephrase that. For reasons of just not going to be a busy day today. It's usually like this, but I made the choice to come today because it was very special and very poignant to see the Spitfire. And to see that fly on a day like this, absolutely magical. We do have 2 Typhoons out at the moment. How are we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears?
Yeah, I saw that Spitfire. I heard the other one. Yeah, it was flying around, wasn't it? Yeah. I've never seen the blue one before. Not flying anyway. So we went into the wings for the flight place on Friday. And they said it was the only one that was flying. Because of different angles.
And I hope we're all good, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Hope we're well. Just trying to locate the 2 Typhoons that have just have departed today. Just found them. They're just heading for Davy at the moment. They're sort of level with. I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. Olnick. Well, it's heading for sort of level with Northumberland very shortly, so that's Warlord 1-2 flight. Lots of F-18s, as you can see. Plenty of them. Plenty of F-18s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if they're in flights of 2 as well. Heading for Leeming, of course, for exercise York night. Susan Tilsner, take care, have a good one. Anik, thank you. It's a silent L. Cool, cool. Yeah, so just to give you an idea about leaming, yeah, we will do leaming, but it will probably be next week, not this week. I was just going to have a look to see if they would arrive today, and they have, or will do. All been well. Oi, oi, how you doing? So it'll probably be next week, and we'll link it with the Lake District as well, which is why I'm not going to do this week. I'm going to link it together with the Lake District, so that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Hello from the blue Toyota behind you. Let's have a look. Blue Toyota. There we go. How you doing? All right. Hope we're all good, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. Davey, yeah, exactly. The legend. Yeah, Simon, thanks everyone for getting me that. I did say I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. I did pre-warn everyone that it was probably going to be pronounced wrong, but hope we're all good. Triple Nick, how you doing? Yeah, so we'll probably do for those wondering about the F-18s, that it's the regular annual exercise York night at RAF Leaming. They'll be here for a few weeks. I think sort of first week of December, I think it is, something like that. But we'll link it with the Lake District, and we'll probably sort that out next week, and try and hope that we've got the weather for it. If not, it'll just be a day trip just for Leaming. But I will get you the F-18s at Leaming for sure. I know, we've still got blue sky, I know. Amazing, isn't it? It's you get this, you get a nice day with blue skies, and you don't get much flying. We've had it so many times at various places and bases, but hey, that's the way it is. I will be just giving you a quick rundown with the history of RAF Coningsby, but I'll just wait for the Typhoons, which have kind of disappeared on our screens at the minute, but there we go. Mark Moody, yes, it's sort of November-ish. Yeah, it's around about this sort of time they do come. Give or take a week every year, York Night. And I remember our first time going there, it was quite exciting. I had no idea about Leeming and York Night. I remember going there just to do a little video, and we saw a bombardier aircraft arrive, and it was the support aircraft. We had no idea what was going on, and then someone told us, and then we started to get to know people, and they said, oh yeah, it's York Night, and they said, yeah, next should be any day, and then we found out that they were there, and it was really nice little. I love the atmosphere at Leeming. It's really nice, the kids finishing school and coming down to see the F-18s with their parents. It's such a nice environment. It's really nice. So yeah, lots going on. You can probably see my flag hanging off the end of the van. It's quite nice actually. I'll see if I can get you it so you can have a look at it. When the wind's blowing, it's kind of. I'll wait for it to. There is no mug today, but I have got it in my possession, and I will be auctioning it. That mug, by the way, for those that know what I'm on about. I've got it. It was still here this morning, and I thought I'll. Of course, if it's yours, then let me know. I'll give it back to you. Actually, I don't even know if it's mine to take. But I've got the mug. If you've lost your mug, I've got it. The wind stopped blowing the flag for a minute. Just going to wait for it to Eric, you're welcome, mate. Thank you. No, it's just a Swiss Air Force thing, and the reason why they're here, there are restrictions this time of year to low level and night fly due to the, I believe it's to do with potential risks of avalanches this time of year, which is why they come here and train through our low flying areas such as the Lake District as well. Good ladies and steady bears. It's such a lovely day today. We normally have it on a Typhoon and talk about the Typhoon, but we don't have any to show you at the moment, so yeah, like I said, it was same as last year. It was just, I think it was literally 2 or 4, maybe 6 at a push. I think last year it was very little. It could have, I think it was 6 last year, and that was throughout the whole day. So expect it to be a very quiet. In fact, there's nothing out on the main ASP, just the 2. So very quiet, but like I said, the focus today was really about seeing the Spitfire 19, Mark 19, the PR19 Spitfire. It was beautiful. Sammy B, how you doing? Hope you're good. Jay Clark, the man, the myth, the legend, how you doing? Margot Baxter, how's it going? Captain A. Marie Seawood, oi oi to you, hope you're good. Chris Bloxham, oi oi. But we do have Typhoons out, so hopefully they come back very shortly, although they have kind of disappeared off the oh, hang on, I see them now. I see what's happened. They've gone low level. Okay, cool. So they're just must have. I think they've visited Davy at the moment. Right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go and grab a cup of tea, ladies and teddy bears. Be right back.
You probably could have got those with your camera. Is that what where? What are you doing down there?
Time for a cup of tea. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. That nice cup of tea. How we doing, ladies, gents, teddy bears? Hope we're all good. Oh, Ali Leyland. Just booked tickets for the party. Looking forward to seeing you on the 1st. See what the Typhoons are, Warlord flight. They might even go past Leeming as well, of all places. Let's have a look here now. Oh, they are heading for it. And for those interested, we will be covering Leeming as well, and the Lake District within the next week or two. Well, next week potentially. Of course, all this takes careful planning as well. I need to plan my logistics because it's not exactly close. Again, it's another 3 to 4 hour drive for the two. So thanks to everyone who's joined in today. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And this morning we managed to get 74.5k. So thank you very much to all of you who have supported the Ted Coningsby channel in the beautiful way that you all do. Thank you so much. Bex, how you doing? Hope you're good. And oh, that's a good point. I'll be sending out the itinerary for the TED party in the next day. Hopefully, I'll try and get that today for you. It'll be the structure of the order of the day. Sounds like a wedding, doesn't it?
On the way here, there's like 6.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you do come to Coningsby and see this, this is not a good sign for it. I mean, don't take it as like completely right, but this is not a good sign for as far as movement is concerned, you know, for the day. So this is not what you want to see, and it's not because they've all gone out today. It's because there just isn't any. There was just the 2 that went out, and they're still airborne. Looking like they're heading back, but this is not what you want to see. I know there's obviously the other side, the south side of the base, but yeah, I mean, even then I can't see any that are, you know, sometimes you can see a little sneaky Typhoon, but there's absolutely nothing. What we do have though, do have an English Electric Lightning over there, look. Eric, how you doing? Hope you're good. EP65, Claudia, Righty, Alex Blackcat, Bex, Katie Webber, Chris Bloxham, Margot Baxter, Katie Webber. Hope we're all good. Fatman Golfs, how you doing? Hope you're good. Warmest wishes to you as well. Simon Watchorn, Steve Evans. Oh, Steve, sorry to hear that, man. Alan Burden. So we have had the Spitfire this morning, the PR19 Spitfire with the Griffin 66 engine. Beautiful. And we were treated to that, but there we go. That's all we've got for today, unfortunately, right now. But we do have to. We have Moggy. Moggy's been up with another Typhoon, flight of 2, Warlord flight. They are looking like they're heading back.
His birthday today.
Huh?
Caprio's birthday.
It is, yeah, I've mentioned that. It's Leonardo. No, it is his birthday. Yeah, happy birthday to our astound fan, Leonardo DiCaprio. In fact, I'm sure he's tuned in. He was on here earlier, wasn't he? Did he not? Was he not on earlier? Leonardo, if you're watching, I don't know what, whatever it is that you drink these days, with your memes and gifs. This one's for you, man. Happy birthday, Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh dear. There we go. Now, it's you'd be surprised how difficult it is to actually see F-18s at, what, 20,000 feet in a clear blue sky. It's really difficult. Yeah, sorry about that. Not going to be able to get you that either. It's really, I can't locate it at all. our Typhoons. Nope, they're still having fun in doing their training around York. Yeah, I mean, what, 28,000 feet? It's very challenging to spot that.
Is there much happening?
Not today. No, there was a Spitfire this morning. That was
Yeah,
good.
I heard that this morning.
Yeah, and that's about it. There's 2 out, and that's it.
Well, have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. At least it's sunny, right?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, at least it's dry.
See you later.
See you, mate. Yeah, 28,000 feet on a clear blue sky. You're not going to get that very easily. It's looking blue, and that's it. Ooh, bits of Typhoon. It's a lovely day though, definitely. It's a wonderful day. And thanks everyone for the support today. Oh, thank you so much everyone. And once they return, give a little bit about the history before we finish up for the day, I think. Because, I mean, the sign's up there already. I mean, look at it. It looks very, unless something starts up before they return, that's something to hang on to. But at the moment, it looks very, very quiet. Ginger Bailey, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Guards March. Thank you very much, Ginger Bailey, for the super chat. Guards March. Bex as well, thank you very much for the super chat. Guards March. Hank the Huel as well. Guards March. Phantom Fanatic, thank you. And Wee Stevie Boy as well, thank you very much for the super chat. Guards March. Margot. TCS. Everyone gives marvellous, thank you very much. Guards March as well. Moggy and the Warlord flight are on their way back now, so not long to go. Watch On, thank you for gifting a Ted Coningsby membership as well. Thank you so much. Guards March coming up. Thank you, Simon Watch On. Thanks everyone for the support. Thanks, Simon. Well, we may get some circuits as well, Ted. You never know.
Well, I'm 10 right for the 160 degrees.
So not long now, the Warlord flight, which is just on its way back now.
Southwest 8 miles for those indicated slow movement. All over.
Moggy just coming back now with Billy Webster. How you doing? Hope you're good. Okay, here we go. They make their way down. Warlord flight. Heading 160 degrees. Silver Trig, how you doing? Hope you're good. Paul's hi Jinx, oi oi to you. Bex, Terry as well. Terry Gasbug, how you doing? Shuttleworth, oi oi to you. Not long to go now as the Warlord flight. Very close now. Where are they going? There we go. So should be they'll turn right over Spilsby and East Kirkby. They're right, by the way. I know it's sunny for once. What's going on here, innit? Becky Davis, Simon Wattrell, Henk Argan, Captain A. Hope we're all good. Turning right 230 degrees. Gucci man, how you doing? Alex Raven, how we doing? Get ready for Moggy and friend. Very, very close now.
About 9 or 10 miles, contact on the take down 56. 56 will all push it. Hello, sir. Yes. 24 down, will all come on flight 24 at 3 times. Everyone can report down identified units. Set their nose 76 and left the traffic turn right on the vehicle 250.
Is that it? The other way back?
Yeah, yeah, just at East Kirkby. Here we go. Sounds like these are going to be talked about. I'm not sure if they're doing any circuits or anything.
No, not of them.
7 miles away. Here we go.
Slightly left to
6 miles, here we go. Slightly left, here we go. Oh, nice touch and go. Some circuits, here we go. Go-around procedure. Look at this, beautiful. It allows the pilot to, slight bit of crosswind there, bit of crabbing. Allows the pilot to get lots of landing and departure training, take off and landing. Well, look at this. whole base to themselves, these two Typhoons. Always nice to see Moggy as well, and quite apt for today in the World War II livery. A squadron that was once flying the Hawker Typhoon, and I spoke with Turbo, and he actually met the pilot that actually flew the real Moggy, the original Hawker Typhoon in Foxtrot Mike Golf. And they had a look, and the pilot did fly Moggy, and very interesting entry in their logbook. Probe been released to have checked. So they must have done some air-to-air refueling. So the ground crew team will, maintenance crew will check the sensors, make sure it's all good and hasn't been damaged, because you can imagine the contact and the speeds and things that can happen during air-to-air refueling, then they are susceptible to being damaged, so they have to check these sensors, make sure it's all good. Sandy Bailey. Oh, it's a lovely, lovely lighting. Really is, all good. And RAF Coningsby, a base that was built just after the war in 1940. It's a base that's seen many aircraft as well, very legendary ones. If you envisage, sort of use your imagination to, you know, imagine that there are Vulcans here, because RAF Coningsby was also home to Vulcans for 2 years as well. It's had Canberras, Mosquito. It's had some wonderful aircraft here at RAF Coningsby. Bomber County, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. How we doing, ladies, gents, and teddy bears? Well, what a day! A very quiet one, but we've had the Spitfire at the end of the day, and it was nice to share the day with you, really, to share that very special unity as a community for a very special day, the 11th of the 11th, and we shared it at 11 o'clock this morning, local to here. And for me, that is what the channel is all about as a community. It's not always about all the movement and the aircraft, and we've seen a very special aircraft, the Spitfire of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. And you know, we are in the vicinity of Bomber County, and that's all because of the number of Bomber Command stations built in the county, and aircraft of Bomber Command included an array of aircraft. But I mean, put in the chats right now, let's put it to the test. I mean, for those that are quite you know, regulars on the Ted Coningsby channel will know that I always do say that what is the first bomber aircraft you can think of World War II? And put it in the chats, let us know what you think. Let us know, because we always, you know, when I first started doing this, it was always the Lancaster. That's the first bomber. So put down what you think, you know, because there were more. There were so many bomber aircraft. I mean, you've got, of course, the Lancaster. You've got the Hampden. You've got the Hampden, the Stirling, the Manchester, the Halifax, Stirling, Lancaster, of course, as we said. You got the B-25, B-24, B-26 Marauder. You got the Blenheim. You got the, I think we said Halifax, the Manchester, Whitley, the Battle, and Wellesley, and the Whitworth, and oi, how you doing? And then you got the B-17, and it goes on. And as far as Bomber Command, which stemmed all the way up to 1968. So RAF Coningsby started life out as a bomber station, and it wasn't until 1968 where it was a fighter station. But the Bomber Command had several aircraft in their group, such as the Battle, the Blenheim, Hampden, Wellesley, Wellington, Whitley, Manchester, the Stirling, the Lancaster, Halifax, Mosquito, which was a multi-role low strike attack fighter and bomber aircraft. Of course, it was used as a Pathfinder, the Lincoln, and then of course the Boeing Washington in the 50s, which is basically a B-29, and the Canberra, the Valiant, the Vulcan, and then finally the Victor, until the deactivation of Bomber Command in 1968. Plans began in 1937 to build an airfield at Coningsby, and the land was finally purchased by the Air Ministry. And while that was going on, with around 8 Bomber Command groups that formed HQs, Coningsby was controlled by Number 5 Group. Interestingly, Number 5 Group originally formed at RAF Mildenhall on the 1st of September 1937, but they later moved, I think a month later, to St Vincent's Hall in Lincolnshire. Coningsby was first constructed with grass runways and built a year after the start of World War II, and it had its 84th birthday not long ago, which was on the 4th of November 1940. February 1941, that's when Coningsby started to operate with its first ever squadron, and I'll show you what they were operating. The very first aircraft, the Handley Page Hampden bomber. Look at this. This Beautiful bomber. Had a couple of nicknames, the flying tadpole, or more commonly the flying suitcase, because of the 3-foot narrow fuselage. So quite an interesting aircraft, but it first operated with 106 Squadron. The markings you would have seen with 106 would have been Zulu November, and they were the first residents in Coningsby with this beautiful 4-man crew bomber, and one of the last of the twin-engine bombers, because of course the more engines you've got, the more reliable and the more power you've got. But the thing is, it wasn't always about the power which would get you out of Dodge. But nevertheless, ladies, gents and teddy bears, it was so cramped, and I believe in the cockpit situation, should your pilot get injured or worse, it was quite a challenge to actually get the pilot out and for someone to take over. But nevertheless, this is what we had first with 106 Squadron, and 106 went into combat the following month with raids over Cologne. And April 41, RAF Coningsby was to have a second squadron, number 97 Squadron, with Oscar Foxtrot as their markings. I'll try and get you as much info as possible. And they joined 106 Squadron with the Avro Manchesters. Both 97 and 106 Squadrons engaged in many raids over occupied Europe, but with the Manchesters, they had a bit of a bad reputation. The 106 Squadron also flew the Manchester very, very briefly, but they had a bit of a bad reputation, the Manchesters, because of their underpowered twin engine, and Avro decided to start getting to work and build something more reliable, more powerful, and of course it was the 4-engined version, and it was called the Manchester Mark III, which was later renamed, by the way, as the Avro Lancaster. Now, in the meantime, 106 Squadron were operating the Avro Manchester, but they were awaiting eagerly for their 4-engine bomber. In 1942, 106 Squadron was to have a new wing commander here at Coningsby, and here at Coningsby, ladies, gents, teddy bears, doesn't need much of an intro, but wing commander Guy Gibson, aged just 23, took command of the squadron, increasing the morale of the squadron, and also all they needed now really was a Lancaster. Now, based at Waddington, 44 Squadron received the first batch of the new bomber, the Lancaster. I think there was a prototype there that was flying. I forgot the serial number, but it was a prototype. It wasn't quite a Lancaster until it was officially named the Lancaster. In 1942, 97 Squadron became the second squadron to receive the Lancaster. In fact, I believe 97 Squadron formed at Waddington, if I remember, but we'll talk about Waddington on Wednesday. I think we're going to be there. Eventually 106 Squadron did receive their Lancasters, so Gibson got himself back into flying ops and mine laying in the Baltics. That was on the 22nd of April 1942. More sorties increased in the Manchester during the following 3 weeks. Gibson was a great commander and a pilot. In fact, the morale was so good. In fact, what he did was amazing, and it was recognised by the Air Ministry and Bomber Command for his 18 night sorties, and 6 of those was consecutive. I think the lifespan for a bomber wasn't that great, and the thing is, I think it was something like 33% life expectancy, as in the odds of coming back. And analysts gave him that opportunity, I think, and I think that was one of the reasons why he was selected to be the commander of Squadron X in RAF Scampton, which we all know was finally 617 Squadron and became the Dambusters. 30th of May 1942, Coningsby's aircraft took part in the 1,000 bomber raids over Cologne and cities, which were 3 night bombing raids against various German cities at that time. Now, it was Bomber Harris that wanted to send a statement like, "Do not mess with us, we mean business." He decided to collate 1,000 bombers, but the only problem is there wasn't really 1,000 bombers. So we had a situation here. Bomber Harris went to ask Coastal Command. That didn't really go down too well, so he decided to ask OTUs, or heavy conversion units. These are literally operational conversion units, and the problem was, the thing is, it's like asking not fully trained pilots to take part in a raid. So Bomber Harris decided to come up with the plan that if you're only a few weeks away from qualifying, then you got your wings already. So we're talking about, you know, men, I think it was something like 1,048 bombers that actually took part in this. I think every single base I talk about took part in it. as a whole, it was deemed as a success. I think it was only around about 41. I say only, that's a lot, but if you imagine 1,000 or so bombers, that's actually, as a ratio, it was deemed as a success. So so with the introduction of the Lancasters, they weren't really suitable for grass runways. So RAF Coningsby started off with grass runways, but it was time for RAF Coningsby to be chosen to have the grass runways converted to concrete ones, because that was more suitable for heavy bombers, because having grass runways for heavy bombers actually wasn't suitable, and it would sustain damage to the bombers itself. So grass runways, again, they were around various bomber stations, and of course you start upgrading aircraft, then you're going to need to think about your runways, because as we speak about the B-29s later on, then they need even more runway. They actually need them extended. So various airfields around the country, such as Lake and Eve, had their runways extended. Fairford, again, those that were hosting B-29s, eventually, if the runways weren't long enough, then they were built longer. But this meant closing a runway or your aerodrome during World War II. So they had to do them one by one or strategically. So it was Coningsby's turn to have concrete runways. So this meant closures during the war, and this had to be done carefully and strategically. But finally, in 1942 September, it was Coningsby's turn, and 106 Squadron, of course, they would have to move, as well as 97. They both moved. Syerston was the home for 106 Squadron, and RAF Woodhall Spa, which is just up the road, that was the new home for 97 Squadron. But it was only supposed to be temporary. However, with the delays, eventually 106 Squadron with their Lancasters, they moved to RAF Metheringham. And that, again, please visit that Heritage Centre. It's lovely. It's got the Zulu November on the buildings there, which is kind of cool. So Gibson, later, as we mentioned, he moved to Scampton to become the iconic figure and commander for the Dambusters 617 Squadron. So that ties in with that. Now, when Coningsby finally opened in September 1943 with the new Class A runway, so if you may have seen, you could see a lot of airfields on Google Maps, Google Earth, and see that construction. Why in the letter A shape? Well, the thing is, aircraft were designed to take off into the wind, all right, to give them lift. So that meant less fuel used, and also if you're landing with the runway with the wind blowing towards you, that creates drag to slow you down and assist your landing. The thing is, if you've only got one runway strip, the wind's going to go wherever it wants to. So they decided to find the best configuration, which meant actually having a windsock and actually seeing where the wind was most likely to come, but having a letter A shape, so that's 6 directions of travel, made crosswinds, which is not the nicest in strong winds for aircraft to take off in. And of course, you got more chance of having wind actually coming towards you. And I guess from a strategic point of view, should you have one runway damaged, you've still got another 4 directions to choose from. So that made it more practical. First to arrive on the new runways was the famous 617 Squadron with their Lancasters. There were further Lancaster squadrons to make Coningsby their new home as well, and 617 Squadron's presence, it was short-lived, but they swapped with 619 at Woodhall Spa, and 619 were here only for a short period and then moved on to Dunholm Lodge. And of course, what I didn't mention of the other thing, with the 1111 as well, is the fact that Coningsby did have losses as well with the Hampdens. I think it was X3002. It was a flight of about 16 Hampdens of Coningsby. One didn't make it back. In fact, it was a bit of a sacrifice. Even the Avro Manchesters that I've read as well tried to sew all the history together. A lot of pilots did actually sacrifice themselves in order to save their crew. But one story that sticks to mind is the fact that on the 6th June 1944, which we all know as D-Day, 18 Lancasters of 97 Squadron took off for their mission over Normandy, and 97 Squadron sadly were amongst the first casualties of D-Day, and then on a retro side of that, on the other side of the spectrum, it was the first victories of the Luftwaffe during D-Day. It was zebra flight. So the markings on that Lancaster, if it was 97, as we mentioned, would have been Oscar, Foxtrot, and then you have a rounder, and then you've got a set of letters A to Z. Zebra flight in particular, so that would have had a Z. It was a Lancaster flown by Wing Commander Jimmy Carter, DFC. they were in good spirits to fly the mission, as it wasn't too deep into enemy territory. You see, there was a bit of a buzz about this, even though bombing raids were, you know, they were dangerous anyway, naturally, but the fact that because you're not going too deep, you know, heading for German cities, you're actually just going across the water, and it was a, you know, D-Day, Normandy. It's not your, you know, the only thing you've got to worry about is maybe a lot of flak, perhaps anti-aircraft fire and fighters. But the thing is, that was going to cost Carter his life. In fact, Carter actually joked and said, "Thank God I'm not in OTU now." Now, we spoke about an operational training unit, which meant this was his chance, his moment to take part in an operational mission. But that flight cost him his life, and they set off at 2:56 from Coningsby's runway. One of the things that when they transitioned the Manchester to the Lancaster, they realized that actually having 4 engines and actually having more power wasn't enough for daylight missions. Again, the Lancaster eventually switched, like the rest of the bomber missions, to nighttime operations. So again, thinking that 4 engines would be more powerful, which it was, it just still wasn't enough to get them back to safety in daylight. But the thing is, the challenges of even planning weather and predicting weather then was very, very crucial. But not only the weather played a major part, as we've said in our streams, the moon played an absolute major part. It could light your target up, but it could also light you up as a target. When you get silhouettes across the sky, you will be revealed, you will be seen. And the thing is, as ready as they were to scramble here, you've got the Luftwaffe doing the same thing, protecting their, you know, protecting their country, their you know, defending what their rights were. You know, they were doing their job, they were doing their duty, they were ready to scramble, and they were on alert. I've been having a look at some of the photos, have a look at some of the sort of QRA bases, is the best way I can pronounce it, like their scramble stations, very cleverly sort of had their Messerschmitts, the 109s and 190s, carefully carved taxiways in the forest to camouflage their sort of like base in the forest. I've seen some stunning photos of airmen just waiting in the forest, and the way they carefully carved the taxiway, and the way they carefully carved it to get onto a grass runway with their 109. So across the channel, German night fighter pilot Hauptmann Helmut Eberspacher, SKG-10, he was sitting on alert. SKG-10 was a Luftwaffe fast bomber ground attack unit equipped with the Focke-Wulf F-190, and they were G3 and G8s. Now, Eberspacher, the holder of the Iron Cross, first and second class, he'd been promoted to Staffelkapitan to lead the third Staffel on the first group in May of that year. Now, SKG-10, first they flew hit-and-run fighter-bomber missions with the F-190s over southern England by day and night. Now, due to the lack of regular night fighters in France, and in view of increasing numbers of night bombers during that time, on the missions flown by the RAF against French targets from April 1944, the FW-190s SKG-10 were employed on the Wilde Sauer, which is the wild boar, free-ranging night fighter missions against the British bombers on brighter moonlit nights. It was for this purpose that Eberspacher and some of his pilots were sitting on alert at Evaru. So they were waiting for bombers, they were waiting for anything to come. And Carter and his crew, they were, of course, they were fully into their mission, and they dropped their bombs on their targets. They did get to their targets and successfully hit them. They turned for home, and when they found Eberspacher in his F-190 shortly after 0500, the bomber crew probably never even seen the F-190 and never knew what hit them. Eberspacher spotted several Lancasters silhouetted against the moonlit clouds below him. He dived down on Carter's Zebra flight and attacked the Lancasters from the blind spot from underneath, and then avoiding engaging the bomber from any other angle out of probably healthy respect for any RAF gunners. 5:04 AM, a transmission from Carter on the Force radio frequency. acknowledging a message from Master Bomber was suddenly cut short. Cannon shells and machine gun fire and the FW-190s ripped into the underside of the Lancaster, causing immediate catastrophic damage, probably wounding and killing some on board and setting the bomber on fire. It's almost impossible to imagine the adrenaline pumping, that terror that will be felt by a bomber crew on receiving end-to-end of sustained bursts, cannon fire completely from an unforeseen foe. In fact, there were occasions that I've read that all they would see is a flash of orange down below, and they knew something bad had seriously happened. Eberspacher reported no return fire from the Lancaster and knew it was fatally damaged. He attacked a second one immediately and then a third, shooting down all three within 3 minutes. With the loss of all on board except for one of the gunners, one of the pilots in his flight, Fedwebel Eisler, claimed another of the RAF heavy bombers. So when they landed back at Evreux, they were able to claim a total of 4 Lancaster bombers shot down that day, and they became the first aerial air combat action and the first kills for the victories for the Luftwaffe, but also ultimately they became the first losses of D-Day. In 1944, Mosquito squadrons began operating out of Coningsby as well. On the 19th of September 1944, there was a mission designated to number 5 Group Bomber Command, and they were given a bombing mission to use Mosquitoes for their mission over Bremen. Gibson was actually taking part in this raid, so he went to Coningsby but decided not to use I don't know why, but he didn't use the Mosquitoes here. He actually went to Woodhall Spa. There's lots of questions about what happened exactly, even down to why he flew KB267, which was a Mosquito of 657 squadron. The raid went ahead, but not very well. In fact, when he turned back, Gibson's aircraft was seen over Netherlands, in fact crashing at Steenbergen around 22:30 after the raid. Gibson flew 171 operational missions, shot down 4 enemy aircraft during his time as a night fighter with 29 Squadron, and he was just 26 on the raid. Coningsby thought he landed at Woodhall Spa, nothing. Woodhall Spa thought he landed at Coningsby, still nothing. In fact, it wasn't unusual for Gibson to land at a different runway, shall we say. But sadly, it was definitely his KB267, and sadly, he was only 26 when he died. Further Mosquito squadrons made Coningsby their new home in 1946. Now, 109 Squadron were joined by 139 Squadron, and in 1950, Boeing Washingtons arrived here. They're basically B-29s. That's what the Royal Air Force called the B-29 of Boeing Washington, and that was with 15 Squadron, who then went on to fly the very first jet aircraft. Now, the Royal Air Force thought very carefully, and they did well, choosing a good replacement for the Mosquito, because it was a very, very successful aircraft. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, the very first jet aircraft to operate out of Coningsby 1953 was the English Electric Canberra, acting still as a bomber base, still as a bomber aircraft, because of course there were various roles that the Canberra could be used for, but 15 Squadron and 9 Squadron were operational here. Now, 7 years later, and then we start to get to the 1960s, the Cold War, the Vulcan Force had a major influx, and in 1962 saw the arrival of the Avro Vulcan. They were converted here to make them a quick start as well, so imagine QRA with Vulcans. But they were only here till 1964. The Canberra was soon replaced with various ideas to have here, and Coningsby was going to become a TSR-2 base, but that wasn't going to happen. F-111s as well were chosen as a potential candidate, but in 1968, number 6 Squadron, the Flying Tin Openers, they came here to operate the Phantom, and in 1968, RAF Coningsby was to become a fighter station. It was the FGR4, and they're called the Flying Tin Openers, number 6 Squadron, although their original squadron badge is an eagle on a serpent, but you'll see an eagle on a flying tin on their actual aircraft, and that's because during their time in World War II, they were renowned for destroying lots of tanks, hence the tin openers, or can openers, shall we say. Further Typhoons, Phantom Squadron, sorry, were active here. 228 Squadron with the operational conversion unit. We also had 41 fighter, 29 fighter, 23 fighter, and 56 fighter. And a lot of those went to RAF Wattisham. And RAF Wattisham actually became a QRA station using Phantoms. In 1976, the BBMF made Coningsby their new home. We also saw Jaguars here as well. That was due to the shrinking of Coltishall. Also Harriers with 41 Squadron, F2, F3s, Tornadoes, FGR4s, and that was in 1984, until eventually it was time for the Tornado to be replaced. Ladies, gents and teddy bears, you know what's coming next. It is the Typhoon. So we've got to go back to Warton Aerodrome. And Warton Aerodrome, speaking of Warton Aerodrome, I haven't seen the Embraer carrying the personnel, so that's another sign that it's going to be not a busy day today. And although 17 Squadron received the Typhoon in 2003 to become the first ever squadron to receive and operate the Typhoon, it wasn't until the 19th of May 2005 that the squadron officially reformed here at Coningsby. And 29 Squadron arrived as well as an OCU, then 3 fighter, then 11, then 41, until finally in 2020 number 12 Squadron. Ladies, gents, teddy bears, on the 11th of November 2024 we saw PM631 on a fly past, taken off from RAF Coningsby, and here we are today. Hope we're all good, and I hope we're all enjoying the show, ladies, gents, and teddy bears. That was a brief history of the base and how things have changed. Thanks a lot, Davey, for BT308. Thank you. On its maiden flight, thank you very much. Right, ladies, gents, teddy bears, what we'll do, we're going to finish up. I think we're going to call it a day, because the signs are here for a very quiet day. If anything, we'll probably get these two back out, but when on a day, you know, that's, yeah, it just looks completely quiet. There's been no Embraer either. So, ladies, gents, teddy bears, we're going to have an early day. We're going to call it a day, because the signs are there. There's no more Typhoons out on the ASP, none in the hangars. There's been no Embraer for the BAE Systems crew. So the signs are there. We're either going to get those two back out again or nothing at all. It's but today was really about coming here and being together for to remember and do it together, and that is really what the community is all about. We did this together, and you know, what a day to do it together. It was a time to remember, and that is what the channel's all about. It is a community, and it just shows how lovely it is as well to remember that those that were there before us and to do it. And you know, we just imagine an ideal world now to learn from all the atrocities that have been and gone, and it's time for everyone to become that bond, that community. You know, I've always said, you know, remember, unite and stick together. And because, you know, there's a lot going on in the world, and it's very important to remember. And in the end, you know, this sort of unity and bond is far stronger than evil in the end. You know, it does pull through. It does pull through, and even for, like, you know, mental health as well. You know, when even the darkest times, you can pull through it. You stick together and you can do it. Ladies, gents, teddy bears, it's been an absolute pleasure. My name's Nikos. I've been your cameraman and commentator, and this is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. I just want to say thank you very much, RAF Coningsby, and all of you as well, our fans and viewers as well. Thank you so much, members as well. I know it's an early day, but our day was really about the Armistice Day, and to see the Spitfire, and we've done it, and we did it all together, and that is what makes the Ted Coningsby channel. Ladies, gents, teddy bears, what I'll do as soon as I get home is have a little think about what we're going to do tomorrow. If the whole week's going to change, I'll let you know. If not, I'll stick to the plan, and because I do have a plan already for next week. It's just relying on that weather. Right, have a good one, enjoy a nice early day, and have some tea. Thank you very much, ladies, gents, teddy bears. Enjoy it. And you've been watching the Ted Coningsby channel live here at RAF Coningsby. Do you know what I haven't said? See you soon. Wish you well. Better do that, Ted. It's tradition, innit? My name's Nikos, cameraman and commentator. This is our squadron leader, Ted Coningsby. You've been watching the Ted Coningsby channel live here at RAF Coningsby. So for the last time for today, it's see you soon. Wish you well. Hello mate, you alright? Thank you. Thanks. Nice little round of applause. Thank you very much. That was cool. Alright, let's hit the button, Ted. Let's go, mate. Let's have an early one. Let's go and get some salmon.
Right, Dolphin, dear, right,